A film where a man's wife is brutally murdered by a serial killer, along with all his children, except for one son who narrowly escapes death, but is left physically disabled in the process. In a twisted turn of events, the son is kidnapped by an alien race, and the father must chase the kidnapper hundreds of kilometers into unknown depths with the help of a mentally disabled woman to save his son. Andrew Stanton's 2003 Finding Nemo is by far one of the most Gothic kids films to date. Through a multitude of Gothic tropes, Stanton instills emotions of fear and unease into his audience. Stanton achieves such by using Gothic techniques like monster, extreme emotion, and setting, and many more. This presentation will cover how Finding Nemo can disguise such Gothic themes so innocently to drive the sense of fear and unease into his audience. The first scene we'll look at is the mind scene. At first glance, the scene only looks Gothic for one reason, the fact that they're being chased to their own deaths. However, upon further examination, this makes the perfect scene to examine, because there is more that meets the eye. Our scene starts off with Nigel flying over to help his fellow pelican. This pelican happened to be in the process of eating Marlin and Dory. Multiple Gothic techniques can be depicted in these few seconds. Villain being the bird that was just eating Marlin and Dory. Damsel in distress being our two protagonists, as they're clearly in a weak and vulnerable state. Foreign setting, as even though we know Nigel, even though we know this place is inhabited by humans, and even though we know Dory and Marlin, we know that humans are the villains in this movie, and that allows a clear understanding that this Gothic text is, that this area is untrustworthy and Gothic. To add on, although the lighting doesn't really work well to add on to the Gothic text and feeling, the tone of the scene is enough to carry and bring the uneasiness to the scene, which makes it Gothic. With Nigel frantically chasing our two protagonists, they cannot help but feel unsafe and scared, as they just had a near-death experience with another pelican. That interruption, that droplet, symbolizes our new villain, the seagulls. They are all perched up onto their high area, which quickly establishes their dominance in the scene. Although our characters are shown to be lacking in numbers, and are shot at from a high angle, which shows insecurities, it shows that the surrounding area is surrounded by seagulls, which shows dominance in numbers. When they are talking, they're shot at an eye-level angle, which shows that they're in control of the situation. With every second, the stakes do not change. However, the toning of the pace of the scene do. With seagulls dropping into the frame ever so casually, you cannot help but feel uneasy as they make the out scene in 8 seconds. Finally, after holding it in, anxiety is all released at once, and as when Marlin recognizes his own son's features. To continue, after being picked at and almost pulled apart by the seagulls, Nigel comes in to save them, clearly being the Gothic technique hero. Once again, the camera follows Nigel into the action with many quick cuts, which increases the intensity of the scene. And Dory actually makes light of the scene. Although short, these quick takes places us on the edges of our seats, wondering whether Marlin and Dory will actually make it. These seagulls are also massively charting mind, which establishes the seagulls to be simple-minded, which makes us feel superior, and it puts the seagulls on a lower level. However, with the great numbers, we can see that they are deathly scary and terrorizing our two fish and pelican, which makes them even bigger of a villain. And the non-diegetic sound also adds well to increase the intensity of the scene, but even though it doesn't increase the energy, it also works well to increase the stakes that Marlin and Dory actually may die here. The next scene we'll look at is the jellyfish scene. It starts off with Dory finding a baby jellyfish, which is displayed in a setting of natural lighting in the medium shot. This natural light works well to lower the audience's guard once again, to increase their extreme emotions in the forthcoming events. The medium shot is mainly used to show how much bigger of a threat Dory is compared to the baby jellyfish, and how little of a threat it is, once again to increase the forthcoming events. Now, with the bigger jellyfish coming into view, we can clearly see what is about to happen. With the jellyfish being shot at higher angles, which is done to show how dominant the jellyfish are, and how much they hold a threat looming over our two protagonists. With this, we cannot help but feel claustrophobic as our two protagonists, Dory and Marlin, are shot at low angles, with the jellyfish ever growing in numbers and size, coming closer to our two damsels. Once again, this scene utilizes villain and damsel in distress, probably the two most common pairing of Gothic tropes. Stanton's idea and knowledge of these two Gothic techniques collectively aid each other to become more impactful. The damsel in distress already shows our protagonists are in an undesirable position, and the monster becomes a bigger threat due to this, and vice versa. To summarize, Stanton's Finding Nemo uses Gothic techniques which sways the audience into a specific mood, which is fear and unease. This mood creates different tones and emotions such as tension, fear, uncertainty, and forces the audience to relate to the characters at hand. Thank you.